If you are shopping for a new gaming keyboard, trust you me, these 65% keyboards we're gonna talk about here are some that should seriously be on the top of your list. So I'm not gonna put these in any order, but at the end of this video, I will let you know which keyboard I would recommend my mother to buy. And let's go on and kick it off with the Razer BlackWidow V3 Mini Hyperspeed. Come on, Razer, like, could you add anything else to the name right there? But this keyboard, I absolutely love it right here. It's wireless and Bluetooth, as you see right on the back. You have USB-C, detachable. Yes, you can use it while it's charging as well. On the top, I have the Razer Phantom keycaps. I like them. They don't come with them, but again, it's a nice little accessory to add on right there. You have a nice little incline right here, and you have 2 levels of pop-out feet. And then right down here is your dongle storage. Now, taking a look at the weight of the Razer board right here, we are getting 736 grams, and it does feel like you have a really premium keyboard in your hands from top to bottom. Nice weight, no flexing, no creaking, no rattle, no nothing. A really solid unit top to bottom. And this keyboard is using the Razer yellow switches. They're really nice. If you've ever used cherry silvers or anything like that, that's exactly what they feel like. Very snappy, very smooth, and straight to the point. Now, as you just heard right there, the keyboard sounds fantastic as well. Now, yes, I did add a little bit of lube on these stabs right here, so maybe it's cheating a little bit, you know. And taking a look at the RGB, it is gorgeous. It's bright. Now, you do have that floating keycap design, so a little bit bleeds out right there. I still have a big light on over there and over there. So again, we got to take that into account. And again, these are the Phantom keycaps, but the RGB is still very bright and bold. And yes, it does save to the board, whichever settings you have for your RGB. Now, the Razer BlackWidow V3 Mini Hyperspeed. Whew, let me get a drink after that one right there. This board took a lot of slack whenever it came out because its MSRP was high, coming in at $180, almost $200. Well, yeah, $200, you got a lot of stinking options, right? But now, this keyboard, it has been $120, and at $120, yo, this is stinking fantastic. Next up is the HyperX Alloy Origin 65, and hot tamale, it is a good one. Taking a look at it right here, right out the box, you get these nice PVD keycaps on it. That's 65% layout where you still got your arrows. Now, the spacebar and the escape key here, you still get a regular solid black one in there, but it comes with these themed ones. Space bar, get it? As far as the build, this thing is solid, guys. Catches a little bit of fingerprints, as you can see, but the full frame is metal all the way on the side, onto the bottom, the entire deal. You have 2 levels of pop-out feet. Now, talking about the great build of the HyperX board, let's go on and slap it on a scale. We are going to get 786 grams. It is an absolute tank of a keyboard. Now, diving deeper into the HyperX board, it is using the HyperX red switches. I don't know when they're going to come out, the aquas or their blue ones, but these red ones are absolutely amazing. I stated it before, they feel just like SteelSeries OmniPoint switches. Obviously not adjustable, but I'm talking about the smoothness and the quickness and everything, just the basic feel. Oh, they're such a nice switch. And taking a look at the RGB on the HyperX one here, as you can see, of course, I got it in all red, right? But you get that same effect since you got the floating keycap design. The light kind of bleeds out right there, but even with these thick keycaps, you still get that nice bold lighting, even though, again, I have multiple lights on right there, and the settings do save right to the keyboard as well. And the HyperX Alloy Origin 65 is coming in at $110. Wow, just seeing big companies packing this kind of punch right out the box. What an awesome time to be a gamer, right? Seeing products like this just makes me go, wow. Next up, the Fnatic Streak 65 LP. Good night, I love this thing, but holy smokes, it's so light compared to the other 2 we tested, actually compared to any of them that we have on the table here, because it is low profile and it's meant to be a portable keyboard. The bottom of it is plastic here where you have your pop-out feet and then a rubber feet down there, and it's slightly raised up just straight out the box right there, right? But looking at it, you do have that low profile with those nice low profile profile switches in keycaps, and they just changed these to PBT, which is stinking fantastic. I absolutely love it. And the great thing about low profile, if you've never used one before, it just slides right up with your wrist, right? You're not leaning up or anything like that. It's that perfect position if you're gaming. It's just like right with your desk, bam, and you're right on it. You don't get any of that kink where you feel like you need a wrist rest or anything like that. Now, taking a look at the weight of the Fnatic board right here, we are going to get 416 grams. So as you can see, and as I stated, it is the lightest board out of the bunch right here, and you clear as day feel it out of any of these. That's not saying it's cheap piece of junk. I mean, it's solid. I don't get any flex right here. Now, it is the lightest one, so you might get a little budging on your desk, but again, you're really gonna have to push it. You're probably sitting on a desk mat, and it stays pretty solid right there. The top of it is actually aluminum. It's that back that is plastic. But all in all, the build is truly solid for a low profile keyboard. And that's gonna go right into the sound as well with these Fnatic low profile switches. Again, just take a look at how thin those are right along with these keycaps here, plop it down and take a listen. Wow, I mean, we have to agree, the thing sounds so stinking solid for how minimalistic it is, how small it is, you know what I mean? Now, taking a look at the RGB on the Fnatic keyboard, as you can see, it's very bright, very bold. You're getting that floating keycap design again, and it shines very bright, and everything can be controlled right on the board as well, as far as changing your brightness, changing your effect, and it all saves right to the keyboard. Now, you also get that Fnatic logo in the back that lights up, which you can change, and apparently they do some printing where you can get a name printed on it or something. I'm not too sure, but really cool little touch. Now, just so there's no confusion, as you guys are looking at the Streak 65 LP, you're seeing it black and white with the white bottom, the black top, the mixed keycaps. I had two of these board, and I just kind of mixed up the settings just to kind of customize it, and then I gave the other one away. So again, it doesn't come like this. You can get it in either black or white. And the Streak 65 LP comes in at $120. That's kind of where it sits in a hard spot for me. It's an awesome board. I stinking love this board, right? But you're talking with that HyperX that was at 110, the Razer one, which now is at 120 with all that's packing. I can't hate on it. Can't really say much bad about it, but I wish it was a few bucks cheaper. Maybe if it was coming in at right at $100, that would be stinking fantastic. But all in all, the Streak 65 LP, guys, highly recommend. Next up, we have the Ducky One 3SF. Wow, this thing is packing a punch. Now, taking a look at the keyboard here, of course, you got the 65% layout, but you got the little gap up here, unlike the other ones we saw, where it went down and you had the 4 shortcuts. You only have the 3 over here. But I really like what Ducky did with the design compared to the old ones, right? It just has some nice sharp edges, a little bit of branding on the back, detachable USB-C over there. You still have your 2 pop-out feet and then your other rubber feet and then your dip switch down there. But the build is just really solid. It feels very premium to hand. Definitely higher quality than we saw in the old Ducky One 2s, in my personal opinion. And now taking a look at the weight of the Ducky board, we are going to get 694 grams, 692 grams actually. And like I said, this board truly feels premium. And why that really is, if you can tell, again, the case is just much thicker, more solid going all the way around. But anyways, you go your plate, and then you actually have a nice big thick rubber in there, which you probably can't see because it's right in the middle of that yellow, but it's a nice big rubber dampener. And then you go into your PCB, and then it's all sandwiched together. And again, it just gives it a really nice solid sound and feel. Now, as we dive deeper into the Ducky One 3SF, I'm going to pop a couple of our keycaps off here. As you can see, we are using Cherry Speed Silver, one of my absolutely favorite switches. But whoopsie daisy, we're actually going to pull our switch out. Now, they come with 3-pin switches in them, if you can see right there, but when you look closer, the PCB is actually 5-pin. So you can use just about any switch on these keyboards right here, which is so stinking awesome. But again, right here, we are using Cherry Speed Silvers. Now listen to that sound test right there. The basic core of it sounds really nice in my opinion. The stabs, they can use a little bit of love. Now again, luckily that this keyboard's hot swap, you can just pop them out, pop your stabs out, lube them up, band-aid them up, and you're good to go, easy breezy. When some of those other boards we looked at, they're not hot swap, so if your stab disconnects in there, you're gonna be desoldering. It's not gonna be fun. Trust me, don't do it unless you have a little experience. This is almost like a solid out-of-the-box keyboard, but also you can really dabble into the custom space with it as well. Now taking a look at the RGB on the Ducky One 3 SF, very bright, very bold, not really floating key design, so you get a little bit of bleed through, but not much. Also with the keycaps, they're PBT, but they're not shine through, so you can just see you got that underglow right there. Now the cool thing, you can get right on this board and also adjust all your RGB right on it. You got multiple effects and everything saves right to the board. But if you are one of those crazy RGB lovers and you love bright, bold RGB flashing all around your room like you're at the disco, you kind of lose some of that. So the Ducky One 3 SF is the most expensive keyboard on this entire list, coming in at 130 bucks. How cool is that to be able to say that this keyboard is the most expensive on these 6 amazing keyboards and it's topping out at 130? Come on, could Techne make a top list of 65% keyboards without including the Maya Pro? You all know I couldn't. And looking at the Maya Pros, guys, I just absolutely love it. Some of the things I really love about it, number one is you can really get a style that suits you. There's so many different art styles, and it's not just like a random print just slapped on there. It's really cool. It has a theme, whether it be like, you know, pandas or a whale or this right here with some kanji or whatever, the really cool art design. It feels truly custom to your style. But coming up to one of the basic ones, I have the Razer Phantom keycaps on here again. The cool thing about these is they use a standard bottom row, all your standard shifts, so any keycap, any replacement keycap is going to fit on these rather than some of the other ones. I got the smalls down there. Let me go on and pull out the Ducky just to show you. So look at that bottom row. You got the 2 smalls that right there. You got the different shift and everything. This is pretty much a standard. Any keycap will fit this. And that's really awesome because again, you can play with your keyboard so much by just flopping out keycaps and making it yours, you know what I mean? So seeing that in a 65% keyboard is really cool. And taking a look at the Maya Pro on the scale right here, we are going to get 736 grams. And that's another thing I truly love about the Varmilo Maya Pro. It is solid. And this thing, heck, I've been praising this keyboard for what, 3 years now? 2 years? Something like that. We're seeing some of these other companies catch up and make these solid boards. You don't have any flexing, no creaking, no cranking, no rattling. On the bottom, you got your grips, you got your pop-out feet, but you do have that stock incline, as you can see right there, and it's perfect just like that. Again, out of the box, it's such a fun keyboard. Now, as far as these 2 Maya Pros, this one I'm using Cherry MX silent switches. Over here, I'm using Cherry MX silvers. This is the one I use more for sure. This one's usually just a display piece. You all know I stinking love the Maya Pro. Now, the last keyboard on our list is going to be the newly released glorious GMMK2. Right here, we have the 65% one, but they do make a 96% as well. Now, taking a look at this board right here, we have the white version. It also comes in black. Now, it has double shot ABS keycaps. On all the other boards, we're seeing PBT keycaps. So when you hear ABS, you might be thinking shine, grease, your legends are gonna fade away. Not with these being double shot. They're just as solid. Some of the other ones, they just are a little bit smoother compared to a PBT keycap. Now, you do have that nice layout right here. You got that little space for your other function that's not there, and you do have that shorter shift key right there. So finding keycaps would be a little bit tougher, but as far as the build, you got that aluminum plate around the side right there, and it actually loops over to the side, so it keeps it really firm. You got this plastic on the bottom, rubber feet. You got your one level of pop-out feet. Your USB-C is right in the middle. And taking a look at the weight of the glorious keyboard, it is lofty, guys. It comes in at 892 grams. I honestly think that's the heaviest out of all of them, and you truly feel it. This thing is solid. The next one up that will probably be as solid as that is the HyperX one right here, but this thing is a tank, and you feel it right out of the gate. And they really beefed it up with the build of these keyboards. I'm gonna throw up a screenshot from Gloria so you guys can see, but they added a layer of foam within there as well, and just kind of beefed up the whole frame of it. And again, you feel and actually hear that quality in this board. Now, talking about the build and this board sounding good, well, this keyboard is also hot swap here. I have a keycap puller as I pull it off with my thumbs, right? Anyways, pulling this switch out, we're using a glorious Fox linear switches, which are pre-lubed, and they are fantastic. Wait till you hear these. But diving in deeper, looking at that PCB, yes, it is also 5-pin. Just like the Ducky One, you can put just about any switch in this and really dabble with it, kind of like a custom keyboard. But here, I want to give you that sound right out the box. Just listen to this. It sounds so good. Could it use a little bit of tuning? Yes, I believe the stabs, they could use a little bit of extra lube right there. You know, they're not bad, but I think a little bit extra lube would make it absolutely perfect. Taking a look at the RGB on the Glorious board, as you can see, also very bright. You got that floating key design. With us having a silver version here, it definitely radiates off the bottom a little bit, but still shines out of the keycaps. It's really nice. It really blends really nice on the white version. But the best thing about the Glorious GMMK2 is the price tag. You can get this keyboard right here for 120 bucks. But if you don't want to mess with that, you got your own keycaps, you have your own switches already, 80 bucks for a bare bones, giving you the options to choose from right there. That is stinking awesome for the consumer. Yo, what a win. So taking a look at those 6 amazing keyboards, I mean, we have to agree, guys. I don't want to hear all that, well, just go buy a custom. These are out-of-the-box keyboards, and we have to admit, we have to agree here, these are all packing a fantastic punch right here, right? But like I said in the beginning, which one would I recommend to my mother? It's sitting on the top, and you guys probably heard me talk about it. It would be the GMMK2 right here. But of course, as you can see, I have all of them here. It's not really which one I want, it's which one you want. That's why I'm making this video, so hopefully I can help you out. And I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Which one do you think's the best? But all in all, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I helped you out. If I did, hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button right over there. Hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.
That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?